Maybe. I forgot to hit the record button the last 45 minutes of the stream. Whoops. Whoops. Now for the next 4 years, we're going to hear about all the shit that he's doing that they don't want him to be doing, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and blah, 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 fucking blah. And then you have every white potbelly American guy with a hat on talking about him, and they have no fucking clue what they're talking about. I don't think either one of them was fit. What's he gonna do? He's gonna be 82 years old by the end of his term. Like, yeah, whatever. It'll be an interesting couple of years, to put it that way. You know, all that happens when there's a bad president is the next one has to clean up the mess. Well, Biden fucked a lot of things up, so now Trump has to clean up the mess he made, and then by the time that's done, his term is over, and he already served. It's too late. This whole term of presidency for him is just going to be trying to fix things that were broken. And then that's it. Then someone else takes over. And then someone else takes. Never fucking ends. Gas prices. Gas has been between $2.50 and $3.50 since I was 18 years old. Buddy of mine from where I live in the summer texting me saying he really doesn't like the park that he moved his trailer to. You know, it's sad to say though, because like he doesn't even know it. And I'm not going to say anything because I'm not getting in the middle of it, because he'll end up calling them and then it'll be a big mess. But he doesn't even know that he's not allowed back. An ex-police officer has him on multiple trail cams shooting squirrels with a pellet gun on private property that isn't even the campgrounds, it's somebody else's property. Stupid. Yeah, he's not gonna be let back in. I already talked to people that are there. They're like, yeah, don't say anything, blah 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 blah. Da, da, da. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? Keep a friendship with this dude over the winter, and then act surprised when he tells me that he ain't gonna be back in there? I guess it'll just be a text message friendship. Tell him I moved far. I'm gonna tell him I moved like 3 hours away or some bullshit. When I added him into my phone, I was so fucked up that night that it's supposed to be Randy Boy. They spelled it with a 9 and just never changed it. It's sad though, like I said, like, I don't want to go and hang out with him. I don't want to really get to know him because I've been at that place what will be going on 12 years. I'm sorry, 13 years. And I've seen people come and go every year. Every year there's people that come there and then they're not allowed back in. But with him, it's like we befriended each other. I've befriended other people that left there. But it's like, bro, be fucking smart. Like, they're lucky they didn't turn him into the game commission. He'd be in jail again. He was already paroled. They were nice enough to let him live there and have a place to live for cheap, and he's doing stuff like that. It's just like, whatever. And then there's other people out there that are just drunk assholes that you just stay away from everybody out there. That's all I can say. There's this one guy, local drunk, that's there that just thinks he's the toughest thing on earth, starts trouble with everybody for no reason, fucking swears at you, says stuff. It's just like, yeah, whatever, drunk idiot. I hope they toss his ass out of there. He owes a lot of money, but they won't, 'cause they feel bad for him.
Daarvoor Paffendorf, Be Cool, Hiver en Hammer remix gaat binnenkort uitkomen op het Data Recordings label. Ook die plaats zal erg groot gaan worden, zoals ik het hier kan zien. Zelf ga ik het weekend naar Newcastle voor God's Kitchen op zaterdag. Dat is natuurlijk World DJ Day, ook zeker ik draag mijn steentje bij. De hele fee van die avond zal te goede komen aan het Sophia Kinderziekenhuis.
I thought about just flipping him off and him just swinging on me, and then it'd be alright, you know, but I feel bad for the guy. He's got no teeth in his mouth. Like, he's a joke. He comes around, fucking drunk like a fucking moron. Nah, he hasn't been back yet. I don't think I'll do it. I don't want to piss off my boss. He just gave me a fucking nice raise, and I'm making a lot of money right now, so I don't want to fucking rock any boats. Plus, I don't like to hold grudges on people. Like that drunk guy I was just talking about. the other weekend when I was leaving my trailer, I was like waving him on to go, and he's like, "No shit, motherfucker," and I'm like, words are words, man. Talk is talk. He's never once got in my face. He's never once gotten physical. I don't give a shit what you say. If you go and fight everyone that talks about you, you're gonna be in a lot of fighting. He's a fucking degenerate with no teeth in his mouth who owes like $6,000 at the trailer park. So like, I don't care what he says. You know what I mean? Everybody knows everybody's business out there. I don't care. I go in, hand them $2,400 for the season, and then that's it. I don't see them for 6 months. Same. Can't get much more of a lower profile than me. If you type in my full name on Google, there's there is no digital footprint of me. I don't know how many people can say this, but I don't care, because you can see my fucking full name even with the moment you go on my Streamlabs, you can see my name. So I don't care to show you this, but that's not what I wanted to post on there. Come on. I'll just ask you this. If you guys type in your full name on Google, do you find any social medias that you have or had? Do you see any? Do you see anything about yourself whatsoever on Google when you type in your full name? If you do, then that's not good. That's a low profile, is when there's no digital footprint. I've used the internet for nothing but playing this game for the past 10 years. I haven't had a Facebook since I was in high school. I deleted that in like 2011. No Instagram ever, no, just none of it. The only things people learned or know is by my own fault of things getting leaked. That was all my fault. Accidentally flashing an email on stream and people fucking that finding out that's your email for your PayPal or whatever. One of my addresses was out there, and then I moved back to that place at one point. So when you call a local Domino's and give somebody's name, they ask you which place you'd like delivered to, and then they tell the people all the different places you got food delivered to. It's kind of scary if you think about it. If somebody gets your local Domino's and you've ordered from it before, you're screwed. They can find out everywhere you lived within that area. Well, yeah, don't you remember the fucking in-game ragging? The fucking doing Slayer tasks? Like fucking 10 people hopping the worlds? It extended way beyond just in-game shit. It wouldn't have mattered to me as much, like, just in-game shit, but once you take it to doing that, it's like, you're the main perpetrator of it was a player by the name of Carefree, apparently, who was found out to be a pedophile and has been gone from the game since. Like, that was apparently one of the main orchestrators behind my raggings, like my doxing and everything that they did to me. He was apparently like one of the main guys behind that, so just goes to show you what type of people do that. You knew about the guy copying your RSN and ragging, you didn't know about the real life stuff? Well, I couldn't tell anyone. I sat there with the doorbell ringing and a pizza guy knocking at the door, and I just sat there on stream straight-faced without saying nothing, because you can't. Like, if you remember some of the last chair streams, that big chair, the clunky fucking chair, this is the seat from it. But if you remember some of those last chair streams, those were around the times I was getting ragged. And then when I moved to Jersey, nobody knows where I live now, so it's like, whatever. I already, you know, if I move somewhere, like, I have to do it still because I haven't yet, but I alert local authorities that to kind of keep my name on if called up, if for some reason called, that they call me and check with, you know, if somebody calls and says that fucking Dave's doing this, and Dave's doing that, they know to call me, not just go in guns blazing. They know to show up ready, but not fucking full-on SWAT team. That's only a precautionary measure, because once people fuck with your life, you gotta take measures after that. They didn't give a shit about the fact that they were, like, delivery drivers sending them out at midnight with a bunch of food just to get ignored and have to drive back, and like, really sick fucking people to do shit like that, to be honest. Like, I felt worse for the delivery drivers. They ordered Chinese. I felt bad for the delivery drivers, because you show up and when I would acknowledge the door, because sometimes they wouldn't leave. Well, I went and I was like, you know, stop delivering to this address. Like, I was moving 3 weeks after that, but for 3 weeks, every other night, same thing. And I kept telling them, I even called them, I said, stop fucking. Well, when you do an online order, it goes right through. They make it and just, like, fast food. So once someone has your address, they can just order food on the apps and shit, and people will sit there sending it to you. Fucking crazy. That's the world we live in. the road to 100,000 blood runes so I could pay for construction finally. So I think I'm gonna actually do con. I have to get a spirit tree seed first from a birdhouse run. And that's so I could put it in my house. I'm gonna use a crystal saw and get a mounted dig site pendant so that I could do birdhouse runs for a couple days until I get one. It'll take, it's a 1 in 91, so like you'll get it. It just could take a day or two or more. Just got to make a couple redwood birdhouses and stuff them full of seeds and just spend a couple days. Once I finish con, I'm free to finish Slayer and Prayer. And once I finish those two skills, it's like, besides crafting and con, besides Hunter and crafting, it's like I don't really have anything other than herblore and farming. Other than that, like the only thing I have left that's going to take a significant amount of time is Slayer. Although I do have to runecraft probably like another probably 80 to 100 hours of runecrafting I have to do all together. Like I got to make 100,000 bloods to pay for con. Then I have to make like 125,000 bloods to pay for smithing. Then it'll take about 100,000 bloods to pay for fletching. I basically have to make like another 500,000 blood runes if I want to sum it up for the money that I'll need for everything.
It means a lot to me personally. And I'd like
Yeah, I missed that, lazy boy. I didn't discover like lounge chair gaming until 2020 when I moved to that double wide I had, and like I didn't have a gaming setup with me. But I was like, I got a tabletop here and a chair and a fucking, this will be comfortable. And that's just, I've never sat in a gaming chair since, and I won't. Like even right now, my setup is fucking actually broken, fucking comfortable level, like just chilling out, propped up on my bed. And fucking some airflow from the open window thing in the attic. Then we have our it's like a wooden frame. I have my light and my space heater on there. I have my cables. I'm wired in here. I'm getting a new laptop on Friday the 22nd. It's 1 week before Black Friday. So what they do at these stores is they'll put out like their mid-grade, $600 to $800 laptops, which is all I really need. Those will get put out because then they're going to put big sales on their high-ticket, with their i9s, their $1,200, $1,400 laptops. They'll put sales. Well, I'm going to go the Friday before that and scoop up a deal on something. Right now I run 2 cores with 4 logical processors. Whatever I get is going to be over 4 cores and over 10 processors. It's going to be night and day compared to my PC and my desktop. So, my PC and my desktop. My laptop and my desktop both are just completely out of spec. So, I'm going to get a laptop that's going to double as my main rig. Because when I move again, I'm going to use it at the camper. as well, the laptop. I have monitors to hook up to it. And I'll hook a keyboard, monitor, you know, whatever up to the laptop. The reason I'm getting a laptop is pretty simple. I'm going to spend 4 months or so renting here, which I already paid for basically, and then I'm going to move to a buddy's house for like from like March to May or something like that. And I need to be portable. I can't have a desktop setup. The only time I could have one is when I move again in May, but like I said, I'm going to be getting a laptop that's going to be better and good enough to run as a main rig. I won't, like, the laptop that I'm going to be getting is going to be something with an i7 or you know, it's going to be something with, at very least, a high-end i5. And at the very most, a middle, you know, a low-end i7, just, you know, just for processors and cores in general. Just so I could do more. Because this laptop is fucking shit. Yo, what's up, Occult? You don't want to be... It gets ridiculous, dude. Like, I move every... Okay, so this year, I moved in May... I moved in November, I'll be moving in March, and then I'll be moving again in May. So it's like, I can't have a desktop set up. I can't do it. Like, I would never be able to play, because it's just like, there's times when I have to go here, there, whatever. Like, I've found that having a laptop has been better. I mean, it's nostalgic for me too, because my best work over the years was done on laptops. My majority of growing up playing was on a laptop, and they've come so far. Technology has come so far today. I can't wait to try out, you know, something with some actual power to it. This laptop, the i3 in this was top of the line in 2020 when I bought it. It was a high-end i3. It's completely fucking out of, like, I don't even know how I'm able to do what I am doing on this computer anymore. It's literally just running on faith. But, you know what? I'm happy that I kept this and I still have the desktop, because if something, God forbid, something were to happen, I can always play. You know what I mean? If something were to happen, I can always play. I'll have backups. I just wonder, like, right now, like, I'm running 100% CPU. I wonder how low it'll run on something with 10 fucking processors rather than 4. Oh, well, yeah, mobile, that's like if you're severely, for some reason, completely down bad and you don't have any internet, you could just play on mobile data. I would just play on my phone for 2 or 3 weeks and just, or no, I would just take I'll never be without a device because I have money, so I could just go, but with this laptop, I'm putting aside a little separate saving, a little small 3-week savings, because that's when I'm going to go get it 2 weeks from now. I've been saving up for a week. It's like, but if this broke right now, I would just go and buy the laptop now. That's the one thing I've been known for in the last 10 years is, like, I always find a place to live and play. There's never been like an excuse of like, oh, you know, I can't play, guys. If I don't want to play, if I want to burn out and take breaks, I just disappear. I don't make a fuss out of it. But I haven't taken a break from this game since 2017. As in, I mean, more than a couple. I went 2 months without playing. That was the longest I went without playing since then. Nuki boy. Yep. Where I live, who I know, what I do for work, all that is subject to change. What's up, bro? What's going on? Been watching the YouTube uploads. Good. Put them up there for people to different time zones, and so people enjoy watching it on there more than live. Because there's, well, I turned off ads, so nobody made a complaint again, so I didn't have to do it. Well, if there would have been one more complaint, I would pack up all my stuff ready in my car, and at like 2 or 3 in the morning, I would just go and bang my feet around and slam things against the ground. There's your fucking noise complaint. I'd go and bang on all the doors and then leave. But no one made a complaint. So I was live at 2 a.m. and somebody complained about noise at 9 p.m. the one time. So at 2 a.m. I was keeping it pretty under control. I was pretty quiet. And no one complained. No one said anything. Like, if I talk at this level, it's fine. Everything's, you know. If I start talking like this, like I was when I first came here, I didn't, like, you know, I was excited, whatever. I didn't know anything yet. Well, it's very loud when you talk like that. And it could be heard dispensed out through other rooms because I'm over top of 2 other of the rooms that are here. The other 5 rooms are down on the 2nd level, and 3 of them are on the 2 on the top, 3 on the 2nd, and then 2 on the bottom, or something like that. Or 3 and 3. I don't remember. I don't know. There's 7 other people that, and 1 room vacant. The room that I was supposed to take. Yeah, the whole... when I got here, I was supposed to be renting a room. Well, he showed me my room, and I'm like... It was on the ground floor. There was a shared kitchen, a shared bathroom, this, that. I'm like... Alright, yeah, we'll see. You know, it's a half hour closer to work. And then, towards the end of him showing me, he's like, I'll take you to the attic and show you where you can store your stuff. I'm like, okay. He brought me up here and there was this giant empty area. And I'm like, well, what about this? He's like, I can't rent you. My landlord's name is Dermead. He's this Indian guy. And, he's like, you can't stay in that. It'd be too cold. It'd get too cold. I was like, bro, trust me, I've been in colder. I was like, how much? And he wouldn't budge. So I fucking handed him $2,100, and then he was like, okay.
But they're right here. There's a silence.
Money changes things. Money speaks. Money moves. Hell yeah, I hustled him. I got a $700 a month, well, he'll probably let me go with that until March. Because I told him I'm gonna be here till May, though. So he thinks I'm gonna be here for 6 months. He doesn't know that I'm gonna leave in March because heat plus attic equals not comfortable conditions. So the moment that the winter ends and it starts to get warm in here and I start to feel any sort of clamminess or like, it's time to go. It's time to go somewhere with AC. Maybe I'll get lucky. We'll have a very long, cold winter and into the spring. I'll be right back and go take a piss. My feathery friends.
This is a state of trance with Armin van Buren.
Non-stop in the mix.
Fucking with the fucking Christmas bulbs and shit. Well, I dumped the thing of bulbs over yesterday on accident when I was moving everything around, and fucking luckily nothing broke. There's gonna be a fucking 2-stream day today. Potentially. Depends on what I feel like doing after I eat. No, I didn't like it because there's too many people around either side of me, and that's very possible. There will definitely be people that will come up for their stuff, but hopefully I'll be at work or away. Holidays for me are so busy with work that I probably won't even be here when people grab their shit. And I moved all their stuff away from my stuff now, so like, it's basically my fucking little nook here now. Complete privacy. I'm gonna fucking... Goes like 60 feet that way, 40 feet that way. There's not a soul up here that's living anyway. Then the stairwell is a fucking narrow ass fucking stairwell where you could fall if you're not paying attention. This is what could happen if I like. This is the way the stairs are set up. But then there's a gap in between them. So it drops like 10 feet. It drops like 10 feet. No windows. One of these old windows. It's nice. It lets airflow. Nice airflow. But other than that, it's pitch fucking black if I turn off my lamp. Like this is the darkness I live in. Like, the only thing you can see, look at there's a little crack in the ceiling. That's the only light I have there that is close to where I'm sitting. They definitely don't want to be afraid of the dark here. The only reactions were they didn't want me touching their shit, and like I was like very clear to them that I have money and I don't need any of their garbage. Well, then the one guy, I had first met him yesterday, and first thing he asked me is if I had pot. I was just like, no, man. Oh, I don't have any fucking pot. Like, I've just fucking moved here. I'm not starting that shit. No, this is the worst setup I've ever had. This is the most this will be the most uncomfortable setup I've ever had. When it hits winter and it's 20 degrees up here, this will be the most harsh winter since living in my truck when I was 18. There's no insulation, there's no heat, there's no, like, it's... No normal person would live up here. And that's another thing too, with smoke, it rises up. Just think about sleeping outside on a 20-degree Fahrenheit night. I guess that would be what in Celsius? That's 12 degrees below freezing, but just imagine that's the temperature that you're sleeping in. I don't mind the cold though. I've lived in attics before. Y'all might not remember, but there was like a month-long stint back in like early 2022. I was living in a buddy's attic. Can I get a little space heater in here? Yeah, I have it right here. That will be just enough to keep my body warm while I sleep. I'll have that down there blowing the air onto me. Remember the basement gaming days? Well, if my grandparents die on that side of the family, then I'll be living at that house with my dad. So you might see those again one day. The least of my worries is the slatted window. It's the fact that the fucking roof is literally slate with wood and there's gaping holes in where air just blasts through. Like, I got the first taste of a cold night up here last week. It was like 30. When you throw on blankets and you have a sweatshirt on with sweatpants and socks and stuff, you're fine. Heat will kill your ass. Like, I could not stay in an attic that didn't have AC. You would not be able to survive. You would die. Like, I spent a summer in a room. When I made my hardcore, I had that apartment with my friend. We basically didn't get our security deposit back because we destroyed it. But if you remember that place, that apartment at the time, I had no AC that summer. And that was during the fucking beanie days where I had my thing, my black hat thing. That was my thing, you know. That was what I was known for. Well, just imagine being in a fucking 80-degree oven and you're fucking wearing a fucking hat. Wearing a beanie in a fucking 80-degree heat. That sucked, man. Like, I lived there from July till March, but like July and August, ugh. I'm conditioned, yeah, pretty much. Excuse me, that's coughing up cigarette tar after 2 months without one, or almost 3 months without one. I'm still coughing it up. It's gonna be that way for a long time, though. When I cough, it tastes like I just smoked a cigarette. I haven't had one in 3 months. But when you smoke 2 packs a day for 20 years... it'll be a year I'll still be coughing up shit, man. Especially since I started vaping and I smoke weed, it just makes it that much harder for your lungs to clear out. The best thing to do would be to completely cut out any inhalants, but that ain't gonna happen. If I quit this, I might as well just start smoking cigarettes again because I would go right back to it, a habit. When I started, like when I first quit, I would smoke this thing like a cigarette. I was like pretending to ash them and shit. Like whatever it took to get me mentally away from that. I mean, put it this way, I don't have to put a goal on screen to pay for cigarettes anymore. Go pretty wild with the chain smoking, you've never seen it, and you never will. I would smoke 14 or 15 cigarettes in a 5-hour stream. Anybody that says that vape, like, you shouldn't vape, man, that's bad. I couldn't even puff this thing that many times if I tried. And that was for years, bro. The cigarettes were for years heavy. Literally sitting there, sitting down, and just blasting cigarette smoke into your lungs up against a chair for 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, into 7 years of that. So, 7 years of sedentary gaming while just chain smoking the whole time and smoking pot and smoking. I'm lucky I could still breathe. It's just something to do. Like, you just start, it's like, I love the vape because it's always something to do if I need it. It's just there to hit. It's not like I have to light up another cigarette every 5 minutes like I was. Like, I would smoke a cigarette, put it out, then finish half of it and light up the other one and finish it. And it was just, before I knew it, I had so many in the ashtray that I would just start smoking the butts of all of them. It was bad. It was very bad. Especially when you had people literally like, yo, here's 20 bucks, bro. Get smokes on me. It was like, I was enabled to do whatever I wanted at that point. It was complete. Everything was paid for on purpose. People would say, oh, go buy this. Go buy that. Here's smoke money on me. Food on me. The fuck else am I gonna do besides go wild? I don't regret a minute. This past couple years has been a fucking memorable ride. It's just beginning. There's already so many memories, but there's so many to come. Especially playing like a UIM with how long term these accounts are, it's perfect for me. I actually really enjoy watching my progress with this account. I'm very curious to see where I can end up one day. Let's just put it this way, like, I tactically know how to get on an account and get it billions of XP and get it to the top. When you know how to do that 3 times over, main, hardcore, you know, my Iron Man is rank 140. My main is rank 124. I'll be the only player with 3 accounts in the top 100. Like if I got on those 2 accounts, I could be top 100 in every game. It's like, it just speaks volumes for how much time I put in. Those accounts are still at a point where there are people sweating right now, okay, to put in 100-hour weeks and I have a main that's still ranked 124 in XP. It's like, hey, everybody's at different points, right? I can't judge. It just brings a smile to my face knowing that most people can't say shit to me still. Like, what rank's your main, you know? This January will be 5 years since I've played the main, and it's still top 150 in XP.
Just what is it that you want to do? Free. We want to be free. Do what we want to do. And we want to get loaded.
I'm gonna get loaded.
We want to have a good time. And that's what we're going to do.
I don't miss the alt days. Alts made and broke me as a man. They made me and then broke me. They made me because they paid for all my Bibles, but then when runecrafting became a Bible, I was like, fuck it, I'm done. I'm gonna go pursue other pasture. So I went and got ranked 14 hardcore Iron Man and then died. And now here I am on a fucking random UIM. The only time there's going to be main competition anymore that's even worth watching is when the new skill comes out, and those who play that stream it will get whatever just desserts from that. But as soon as the page fills up again, as soon as it's like, who cares anymore? Again. Well, that's the thing, Nuke. I was saying this yesterday. This game mode's 24,000 hours EHP. Like, there's no way I'm ever going to finish it, so at least I know I have something to do forever. Sailing will be a hard competition. Oh yeah, you're going to see people fucking that you've never heard of come out of nowhere. Although I was happy to, I talked to Randy 2 weeks ago or so, 3 weeks or so. He will be competing for a top 10 rank. He's got like over 2 months of off time already. And by the time that comes out, I was very happy to hear that, because all the other top pagers I asked said, no, not going for it. So it's like, imagine that. If I would have got 200 mil all, when the new skill came out, I would have watched myself get dropped off the page because I work 50 hours a week. It was the best move I made, was leaving that account. No, not Randy. Randy. Randalicious. Randy's not even 200 mil cooking, I don't think. Randy's a top page player. Ranked 21 or 20 or something like that. I don't know. He's announcing his retirement after 200 mil sailing. I doubt it. Hexus is a huge part of his life. I highly doubt that he'll, leave. But I guess we'll find out. I'm just curious to see who fights to stay there. If the Titan will come back, if this guy right here, that's Rodney Farva, if he right there, if he pops off, he could be rank 1. If Enjoys or Fast LT or fucking Vice-D, or there's a lot of viewers not even gonna play, but there's so many people that are. that are like monsters. I'll say it too, even someone like Rithvik has a shot. The guy's got money and he has complete free time from the last that I know of the guy. You know, that right there is all it takes is free time. It's literally going to be, okay, who's ready to put in 600-hour months of this new skill? Go. It's going to be a race, man. It's going to be like you see on RS3 when they put out new skills. Everything changes. Do 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 do. All I can think about right now is max. I'm not worried about the new skill. I'll be maxed before the new skill comes out, so it's like can't really think about that yet. I can't think about it till it's in front of me and on the fucking it's on the page on the. It's kind of sad. My dead hardcore will remain on that top page with a big slash mark over it until the new skill comes out. The RC outfit is completely fucking broken. 60%. Like, I could understand, like, it being like, prospector or angler. But 60 fucking %, like, dude, they're just trolling at that, like, it's just a troll at this point, like. They made money making for UIMs just ridiculous. Like you get like 30k XP an hour, but you're getting 60% more runes. I just don't understand their philosophy on that. Like, did they seriously sit there and like, oh, 10% more runes? No, that's too little. What about 25%? Even that would have been unreal. 50% would have been like, what? But 60? What the fuck? The UIM has been completely devalued. They have the Herblore minigame. You don't have to do mole and stuff anymore, and fucking Aventos and more Mire Fungus. Sinister and Demonic Offering. You get 200 mil prayer through Slayer. Go on and on. There's that fly. Fucker. I'm in full battle against flies right now.
newest tunes selected. The hottest tracks in a row.
A state of trance.
Ladies and gentlemen, your host for tonight, Armin van Buren.
Yeah, I probably will. It'll be cold as fuck. My man. Yeah, welcome back. Yeah, man. Don't be a stranger. There was a lot of fucking flies up here when I moved in, like these big ass fucking horse flies. They're all gonna die when the cold, real cold sets in anyway, but...